Once I imported all the songs that I wanted to be using on my mashup onto Audacity, I start selecting what parts of the song I want to be put in the final project. So as I go through and listen to this, I decide I just want the whole thing for right now. I can always go back through and delete what I don't want. So I hit the copy button at the top, and then I hit go to my track where I'm going to mash them all up, and I hit the paste. And the paste just puts the song that I selected on the bottom. Now I use the little double-sided arrow, move the track over so it sounds like it's together song, mute the top song, and then I play the bottom song. And as you can't hear, but the songs are all mashed up together now. As you can see, there's a big difference overall between the height of one song and the height of another song. So I'm going to change that. I'm going to go up to Effects and do Amplify, and iMovie automatically finds a default that works best for your song. And then I pressed OK, and it did amplify it a little bit. Now as I click to play the song, you can hear that it is a little better. The point of this project is to combine different songs with a common word. Here I have two songs that I want to have the common word. And the last song I need to delete a little bit. So I just highlight what I want to select to delete and hit the delete key. Now see, I need a little more fine tuning, so I just select what I need to delete again and hit delete. Now the songs seem to flow with the corresponding word. I didn't like how the beginning of the song was sounding, so I went ahead and put up the little mashup between the songs onto 3 different tracks, with the 2 major songs, or the 2 tracks being the major songs, and the bottom just being the record recordings of the little record scratching. And so I moved the record recording down there, and I want the songs to overlap a little more. I want it to be more of a mashup. So I put the record spin on the bottom just to give it that transition effect. And then I move the song over to line up with it, but then push a little further on because you want it to overlap. Now once you're done with that, I just click and play it and see how it sounds. I seem to like how it is. Just this top song needs to be a little louder along with the rest of the songs. So again, I go to Effects, Amplify, and iMovie automatically has a setting. Hit OK, and it does get bigger. So now just listen to it again and make sure it sounds okay. And it sounds good. So I have finished mashing up the beginning of my song by applying the different effects on the different tracks. Now I'm just going to listen to it and see how it sounds. I didn't like how that sounded. I didn't mash that track up far enough over for it to be in the correct spot. So we're going to move it and then we're going to try it again to see if it sounds better. Much better. Now keep in mind I do have 3 tracks, so there is another track above the 2 that you see. The beginning of the song seems to be pretty long with just the same song. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete some of it. So I select what I don't want, which is about right here-ish, and hit the delete key. Now it messes up the other 2 tracks that I have songs on. So in order to fix that, I'm gonna have to move all the tracks over. And once I finish the top one, I go down and fix the bottom. Much better. Now, just listen to it again here quick. Make sure it sounds better, which I'm sure it does. But I want this beginning to fade in a little more. So I'm going to select what I want, go to Effects, and go to Fade In. Again, iMovie does it all for you. And I go back and listen to the beginning, make sure it sounds okay. Produces the effect I want. I seem to have finished my audio with 4 different tracks. Now I want to export it to all be in one single track. So you go to File, Export, and you just name the project how you want it. In my case, I'm going to call this Project 2 Audio. Save it to my desktop. Now the default is selected for you, but know that there are many different formats you can do for it. Just hit OK at this little warning. And iMovie gives you, or Audacity, sorry, gives you the chance to add personal information if you want. Feel free to add some more if you'd like. And then you wait for it to export. Once it's done exporting, you can see that it is on your desktop. Now we're going to open up iMovie and start making the lyrical part of our music video. So first I'm going to find a title transition that I like, found on the bottom right hand corner. Select the background, and the first lyrics are I stand here. Now it seems kind of small, so we're going to select it, go to fonts, and make the size a little bigger. Next line, we're going to put in another title slide. Select the same background, because I want it to be all uniform. Delete the text and add my text. Again, it seems pretty small, so I go to fonts and make it a little bigger. Find a font size that works best for you. And I like this one the best, so I'm going to hit done and watch it. Now that slide's way too slow, so we're going to click the button on the bottom left and go to clip adjustments, and I'm going to change it to 2 seconds. Much better. Now, this is a lyric video, and for this to work, I went online and found the lyrics to all the songs I will be using, so I can put the correct lyrics in there. At the beginning of my video, I want to have the song album covers. Now to do that, I'm going to go to the internet, and I'm going to search the song. So in this case, I'm doing Safe and Sound by Capital Cities. And go to Images to find the album or the song cover. This one looks pretty good. So you select it, right click and do Save Image. And I'm just going to save this as Safe and Sound to my desktop. And hit save. Minimize that window, and then you go back to iMovie and find your song on the desktop and just drag it into your presentation. Okay. Now I want to be able to see the whole album cover when I do it, so go to Cropping in Ken Burns and do Fit, and that way you can see the whole song cover. I want to get some pictures of stick people for one of my slides. So I'm just going to search stick figures holding hands and go to Images. Now as I scroll through them, I'm going to find one that I like. I think this one's pretty cute, so I'm going to right click and save image as. And I'm just going to call it Stick Figures. Now, as you can see in the picture, there was a lot of white in the background. And I don't want any of that white background to be my slides. So, I'm going to go to the Edit toolbar, and go to this little button here and do Instant Alpha. Now basically you just drag and click where the white is and release, and then you hit convert, and it gets rid of all that extra white that you don't want. So I'll just exit out of it and open iMovie back up again and drag the picture over. Now for it to show up together, I'm going to do picture in picture, which allows two pictures to be overlapped within each other. So I'm just going to move this down here. You can see their heads are kind of chopped off. So I'm going to go to cropping and Ken Burns, and I'm going to do crop. So I can get the heads and the heart and look something like that. So I'm just going to play the video, make sure I have it lined up in the right spot. And it appears to be. So, I'm going to go back. We're going to make this picture a little bigger so you can see it a little better. Just drag the corners where the little white corners, you just drag those and it enlarges the picture. And now you're done. I want to try and have an effect of flashing lights when I play my video. So I'm just going to drag a title slide over. Doesn't matter what kind, and I'm going to make the color green. So I'm going to delete these title slides. You don't need them. Just grab another effect. Doesn't matter. Change the color. This time I'm going to do blue. Again, delete the title slides. And just keep dragging in different slides, different colors. In this case, I'm only going to do 4 colors. Let me delete these slides here quick. So one more, we're going to do red. Now, so far, doesn't seem very cool. The slides are kind of long. They're each 4 seconds, so we want to make it a little faster to go with each downbeat of the drum. So we're going to go to clip adjustments, and we're going to make each one 0.5 seconds. And just do that for all of them. Cool thing is, you don't want to click on all the slides. You can just use your arrow keys and just keep arrowing over to all the slides. Okay, so now you play it, and it looks like flashing lights. And you just copy and paste each slide, and you can keep it going.